friends, welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie, and if you are new here, hi, welcome. And if you are back, welcome back. Today I'm here to join you all for a WIP and Chat, so feel free to whip out your WIP and work alongside me. WIP stands for work in progress, so it can be any sort of project or tasks or whatever that you're up to today. And chat just means we're going to chat and catch up a little bit. So as you can see, I'm not set up for my usual diamond painting, at least not on a completed kit. I actually thought that we would mix it up today and you guys could join me while I kit up a new diamond painting that I've been itching to work on. So I'll still tell you what all that I'm going to be working with today. So I will be kitting up the kit My Sword that is from the shop Enablers Outpost. The artist is Indie Creates, and Enablers Outpost is owned by Edward and Elizabeth. They're a super, super sweet and kind couple, and maybe possibly more well known for their diamond painting pens. They pour and turn some really, really gorgeous pens. But a little bit ago, they started selling diamond paintings as well. All of them are legally licensed, and they've gone through some different generations to make some improvements, and I love it. This is from their most recent round of releases, and I am obsessed with the artwork, honestly, and everything that I'm seeing with this kit looks incredible. I'm very excited because they have another round of releases coming potentially this month of May. I'm keeping a very close eye out because I want multiple kits that are going to be releasing in that release. I'm very excited. So I will link to their Facebook group and their Etsy shop, which is where they sell their diamond paintings and their pens. I get asked about this a lot, and I tend to mention it just in passing, but I'll show it to you guys now. You'll see me use it here in just a moment. This is a Xyron sticker maker. Now, a lot of diamond painting companies will include some kind of inventory sheet like this, and sometimes they'll be on sticker paper for you already, and sometimes they will be on just printed paper. I really don't have a strong personal preference at all because I have this. This was not expensive at all. I picked it up on Amazon. You do have to buy tape refills when they run out, and I strongly, strongly recommend getting the repositionable tape. It sticks really well on storage containers, but it's not a huge pain to peel off. If you get the non-repositionable tape, I don't know what they call it, they call it permanent tape or whatever, it's a huge pain to try to peel off without like completely busting up your nails or leaving a ton of residue behind. It's a really big pain. So I recommend the repositionable tape refills. And this just makes it super easy. I'll link to this on Amazon below. It may be an affiliate link because I'm an Amazon affiliate, but I'll try to find just a link that's not necessarily an affiliate link because I don't want you to feel like you're obligated to use it or anything. I've actually been asked about these a little bit more often as well. People have asked like what kind of storage containers these are. This is what's most commonly probably referred to as the Elizabeth Ward storage system. I've seen it under a ton of different branded names in various like crafting stores and on Amazon. Elizabeth Ward seems to be the one that at least most of the diamond painting community seems to know it by. I've seen it under like the Hildy and Joe brand at Joann's, but it is virtually identical. You can get them on, like I said, on Amazon, and they're kind of just like popping up in different places. So I have several sets of these. You can get them in sets that have, I don't have a really good example here. So these, like, I have a couple of trays here so I can pull the sizes I need. They sell some sets that literally just have a whole tray full of these smaller containers. I think it's like 82 or 84 of them. And then they have a set of, that's like a variety set of 45 that comes with, I think 6 of the large containers and then like a row, or is it 3 of the large containers, 2 rows of the medium containers, 2 rows of the small containers, and 1 or 2 rows of the extra small containers. I don't know. There's different varieties out there. I have several at this point just because this is almost always the storage solution that I reach for when I'm kitting up. This kit did come pre-bagged. And so if you like to work out of baggies, that's totally an option. And each of the bags looks to have like the DMC number on them. I'm too klutzy to work out of baggies, to be honest with you. I will make a huge mess. I just, no matter what it is, I virtually always kit up into my Elizabeth Ford containers. So let's see. Other things that I like to have handy, I usually, especially if something is in baggies like this, I will keep a piece of dryer sheet handy, and I have my scissors here so I can cut it up into little squares. It tends to be pretty climate dependent, but sometimes static can be an issue. So when I'm kitting up, I almost always just grab a piece of dryer sheet to have nearby, just in case I run into static, because it's really easy. Just cut up a square, stuff it in there, and magic, I'm telling you. So let me go ahead and start with turning this into stickers, because I appreciate that they included this. By the way, here's that artwork, the original artwork. Again, the name of it is My Sword, and it's by Indie Creates. I believe that one of the kits that they have coming out later this month, don't quote me on that. I think they're still waiting for it to arrive, so we'll see exactly when it's going to be released. But I'm pretty sure that in the next release, they have another piece from Indie Creates, and I'm really excited. So anyway, this kit has some crystal drills and some ABs. I'm very excited for that. So yeah, I can show you kind of just what my kitting up process looks like. I'm not sure if this is going to be kind of my usual length WIP and Chat, or if I'm going to have it go short, a little bit short. I'm sure you can hear, unless this is the very first video that you are coming across of mine and you're just not making assumptions, which is totally fine too, that I am a bit under the weather. You guys, I had a couple of weeks there where I was healthy. It was glorious. I have almost a month where I was healthy. I don't even remember. Yeah, I think it was a couple of weeks. So, okay, more on that in just a sec. So the way that I feed this through, I try to center it, because I feel like no matter what happens, I accidentally put it in like at a slight angle, and then it ends up like going off to the side as I pull it through. So I just try really, really, really hard to have it like lined up, like to have the bottom cut straight, so that when I set it right there, and then you reach under and you pull from the sticker at the bottom and you just feed it through. I go slow because sometimes if I see it wanting to go sideways, I can try to correct it. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I swear it's already wanting to go slightly sideways. I don't know what it is, you guys. But oh well, it didn't go all the way off the sticker sheet, so I'll count that as a win. So I pulled it all the way out, and once I get to the end, there's a little cutter there. Well, you know, like a Scotch tape cutter, and then just, come on, don't prove me wrong. And then there you go. So then you're supposed to like kind of run your fingers over it to make sure that like the sticker stuff is like transferring all the way to the paper. And then we just peel this. The nails for this. And then you just peel it off. Now you'll see some stickiness. Hold on. Excuse me. Some stickiness on the areas that there wasn't the paper. So yeah, don't get that all over your fingers. I just kind of ball it up and throw it away. So then this is a sticker sheet, and I can just cut, and clearly I did not wipe off my table after dinner today. Just, you know, it's been one of those days. So then I'll cut these, and these are stickers for me. Let me kind of shift this so I'm going to have some space to work with as well. Oops, let me not make like a huge mess. Yeah, so as you can hear, I am feeling a little bit under the weather. Yeah, Adam and I have it, but the kids seem to be safe so far. I'm sure you hear Adam in the background a little bit. He said, I'm sorry for the noise I make. So I don't think, okay, these are like roughly in order. So what I'll then do, because I tend to put my colors in order of DMC, is I'll pull these things out, and I'll just kind of roughly put them, like here's all the 300s, okay, 100s. So these are kind of in order. Okay, bear with me, you guys. I don't normally do this like with an audience. But yeah, I'll just kind of roughly put them in order of like hundreds, I suppose. Ooh, that bag was a little bit open. Oh shoot. And I know a lot of people, when they kit up, they'll do it according to, like putting the symbols in a particular order or something like that. I just am the kind of person that I like having them in DMC order. I don't know what it is, but that does make it really, really easy to kit down later, I have to say, because then they are already in that order, I guess. I don't know. I'm a weirdo. So anyway, at least the kids are currently healthy. And at least I had something of a voice for the live that I did on Thursday night for the Diamond Art Club releases, which that was lots of fun. That was really fun to get to do. If you made it to that, thanks for hanging out with us. We really, really had a blast with you all. Here are all the special drills. Those are going to be last, so I'm just going to leave them up here for now. And then these are all of like the 3000s, so okay, that's gonna be okay. So we'll start with the 100s. So 160. I tend to just eyeball this and I put them in the smallest container that they're going to fit in. So like in this case, this should fit in a small container. Ooh, I should have grabbed tweezers so that I don't totally bust up my nails popping these open. That'll be okay. Yeah, so the live for the Diamond Art Club releases, wasn't that so much fun? And Diamond Art Club came and hung out and did giveaways and stuff. I just thought that was a fun way to kind of count down the time. They had some really good releases. It was nice to see them like doing a big sale and everything as well. It just made for the evening to be really, really fun. I picked up a couple of kits. I had a few from Sneak Peeks, but there were a few others I had my eye on. I really liked the Aphrodite kit from Mandy Manzano, as well as the Light Bearer kit, also from Mandy Manzano. Seems like there's going to be a series with those fairies. And so I was like, ooh, if there's going to be a series with those fairies, I have the first two. Why don't I go ahead and try to collect as these are released, because that'll just be really fun to do, I think. I don't know a timeline for when the others are coming out, but I think it'll be lots of fun. But yeah, Diamond Art Club was getting a whole lot of love on my channel last week. And so this week, and even just right now with wanting to work on this kit, I just thought I want to make sure I'm still showing lots of love to small shops in the community and working on a really wide variety of kits as much as I can, just because I want to be able to show you guys a variety of what's out there. If you haven't already checked out the Facebook group that my friend Lindsay and I started a few weeks back, it's called Diamonds and Emeralds. It's always linked in my description now, and we actually put together, she and I and our mods put together a list of diamond painting companies that carry 100% licensed artwork. We know that there are some other shops out there that carry some licensed artwork, but then have some unlicensed. And so we just wanted to have a resource for people that like really want to only be supporting companies that are completely across the board doing right by artists. I know that this can be a really incredibly sensitive subject for some, and I want to reiterate what I try to say whenever I bring this up, which is that I am not making any kind of judgment call on anyone. I'm not telling you what to do or how to spend your money. I am only sharing something that's just a personal decision that I and some other crafters have made, and for people that are like-minded, we just want to make that resource available, and I think it's been really helpful. So my goal for this year, just in general, has been to work on at least one either new to me small shop as far as the diamond painting goes, like a new to me shop, and or a shop that like I haven't shown love to in a while. Like I was just thinking that was like, I haven't worked on a True Artist diamond painting kit, I think since last fall, and I have a few of their kits in my stash and they're an incredible company. I really, really need to pull out one of those kits to work on because I want to show that shop some love. I have a Lola Rose Diamonds kit in my stash that I unboxed a couple of months back that I really, really want to get to soon because I have not gotten the chance to work on a kit from that company before. So I'm really, really aware of those kinds of things. And I'm trying to be really conscious about that, but sometimes it's a little trickier. It's a little easier said than done because if there's like I think I might actually want it. Let's do a bigger container for this color. If there's an event that I want to participate in and I have a kit that's perfect for it, or frankly, if I'm just like really, really in the mood to work on a particular kit or a particular artist or something like that, then that's what I'm probably going to reach for because I am such a mood diamond painter. Like I really want to be in the mood to work on the kit that I'm working on. So, I have another kit going right now, but I was just not totally feeling in the mood to work on it, which is one of the reasons I pulled out this particular kit to work on instead. This kit was one of those kits that I felt like was going to sit in my rainy day stash for a little while. I've talked about this before, but I have what I refer to as my set of rainy day kits. And they're kits that I just kind of have a special place in my stash for that I say I'm saving those kits for a rainy day. For me, a rainy day might look like I am feeling some type of way, like I'm going through a rough patch, or I'm feeling celebratory, or I just feel like, okay, it's time to pull out something that's really special to me. Some of the kits I have a really sentimental attachment to for one reason or another. And so they're kits that I want to save and savor and not just rush into working on. And there's something almost about them sitting in my stash for a little bit that I feel like makes me appreciate them more and makes me feel that much more excited about working on them when I do pull them out. Like I know it was like a building anticipation thing or something, but I love that I have that. This was one of those kits that just spoke to me so strongly that I thought this is going to be in my rainy day stash because it calls back to like a lot of my childhood in a lot of ways. So the image, which is like this female warrior holding she's holding a sword and she's like kneeling down. And it looks like she even has like maybe like some kind of strands of red in her hair, maybe with the lighting, maybe she's actually a redhead, like with these curls and everything. Did any of you ever read any books by Tamora Pierce? She wrote, I think she still writes a bit actually. She just releases a lot more slowly. Mostly like young adult fantasy is her genre of books. And in like the 80s and 90s, she had written this series that was all about like it was sets of quartets. And a lot of them were set in the same universe, like the same place, the same country, and had like some crossover with characters and stuff. But the main character of that original trilogy and the main characters, quartet, and the main characters in many of her quartets were strong female protagonists. And the main character of that first, I think I keep saying trilogy. It's not. There's 4 books. It's a quartet. The main character of that first quartet was a gal named Alana, and essentially she switched places with her twin brother and disguised herself as a boy so that she could become a knight, because that's what she wanted to do, was to become a knight, not to like go to, I don't know if it was like magic school or like a convent or something. She's like, no, like that's not what I wanted. That's not where my heart is. And it's just this incredibly fascinating story, and the trials that she goes through and everything. It's just such a good story. Again, about a strong female protagonist who has to like overcome obstacles and see, look, there's static in this bag. Let's grab that dryer sheet. And ultimately, like she she saves the kingdom and becomes an invaluable part of the kingdom. And she's the first like lady knight in how many centuries in the kingdom, and opens the doors for other girls to be able to do this as well. And so this is what I do. I just kind of set it in there. You kind of shake it, kind of like work it around so it gets around the bag as well. And that'll get rid of most of the static. Anyway, so as soon as I saw this image, I should actually go and check on like Indie Creates, like Instagram or their art page, wherever it is, because I wonder if that was if it was an intentional parallel, because it seems so strongly to emulate like that specific character, but I don't know. Anyway, I still have and love those books. I probably am due for a reread of them, but just when I look at this artwork, because it so calls to me and reminds me of like those books and the extremely fond associations that I have with those books from childhood, that is just what I'm going to be thinking of when I work on this kit, and why it has like that special meaning to me. I feel like it's almost going to feel like a sense of comfort in a way. So I would be really curious to hear from you guys. Are you the type that like, do you hold back kits for a rainy day, or you're like, this kit has really special meaning to me, and so are those the kinds of kits that you're like, I'm going to work on this right away? Or do you do what I do and you kind of sit on it for a bit and try to savor it? Yeah, I probably have about a dozen kits that I would say are in my rainy day stash. And I was thinking recently, I'm like, I should really pull out a kit in my rainy day stash. Like maybe once like every other month or every few months, like try to pull one out so that I make sure that those aren't just sitting and collecting dust, because I think there's probably a balance there. So yeah, and if you're looking for something to read, and I think that even like novels that are, the audience is geared towards young adults, I think can still be really enjoyable to read. Though I have to say I have a difficult time connecting with some of like the more modern young adult series. Like, I don't know if I'm like turning into like a grumpy old person already at like the ripe old age of 30 something. But I sometimes when I've tried like reading more modern fantasy novels, I'm like, they just don't make them like they used to. I just want to go back and read the books that I'm like, this was the good stuff. This was the quality writing. Like, not this, these novels that I feel like you can read better writing on like fan fiction websites, you know? So, but that's not really fair. I should give newer writers a chance as well. But anyway, I don't think that like the young adult genre of books has to be limited just to like people that are young adult in age. That's my random little soapbox moment. But I'm really looking forward to working on this kit. I am excited to try. This is a Generation 3. The most recent generation from Enabler's Outpost. I did work on a Generation 2 kit from them back in January, and I really enjoyed a lot of things about that. And shortly after that was when they released Generation 3, and I was like, well, I had such a good experience with Generation 2, and almost all of like the potential areas for improvement that I had mentioned, they were like, oh, that's changing for Generation 3, and I was like, perfect. I am stoked to give it a try. And yeah, so go and check them out. I think they still have some kits in their shop. Like I said, I think that they've got a new set of releases coming sometime in the nearish future. Speaking of new releases, like I said, things with Diamond Art Club meant that last week was a little intense. It was a blast. Like, it was so much fun. I feel tons of gratitude. Like, that's the primary emotion, is just feeling like it's a privilege, like, to get to be oh, that's staticky too. Okay, let's get it some dryer sheet. It's a privilege to get to be a part of sharing about like what this company has coming. And I'm super, super grateful for that. But also like, oh my gosh, I was so tired. It was a lot as far as like filming, editing, upload, lather, rinse, repeat all week. And so I kind of just took the weekend to rest as much as possible, especially because this cold bug really did catch up with me by the end of the weekend. And so we just took the weekend to rest. You'll see that I didn't really have any videos going up. I initially was like, I have some other unboxings I could do from other companies. Like I have like, I want to do my April month in review and stuff like that. But I was just like, no, I'm just going to rest. And I even thought, like, Adam was like, are you sure you want to do a WIP and Chat? Sign you up for it? I was like, I'm just going to set up my camera and start filming while I'm kidding up. And if it works out, awesome. And if it doesn't, that's okay. I'll stop filming and I won't put it up. But I think I'll put it up. I've managed, even if I had to end it right this second for some reason, like this could be a little mini WIP and Chat, but no, I'm good. We're going to keep going. I just keep thinking, like, whenever I do have the chance to go live, like I did on Thursday night, it immediately just makes me think, oh my gosh, I love going live. I wish that I had the capacity to go live more often. It's really tricky with like just my kids and like my schedule and stuff like that. And I am striving to find a really good, like, for lack of a better phrase, a good work-life balance, because while I am, are those staticky? A little bit. While I am a stay-at-home mom, both of my kids have special needs, and that's just how things have worked out. And now, like, sort of having a channel is, I suppose, like a little bit of a career or business of a sort. I want to make sure that I am giving my best to my family. And so a big part of that for me is especially weeks like that, this last week, where there was a lot of filming involved, and we knew that. Like, Adam is amazing and completely supportive and helped make it happen. You know, I want those to be sort of the few and far between scenarios. I really want to make sure that I'm making time and energy and space to keep caring for my family and making sure they're not just getting the leftovers. And that can be tricky to do. And no matter what your circumstances are, I feel like a lot of us probably struggle with finding a good balance in things, especially when we have a culture that, at least here in the United States, there really is very much this push to, like, you have to do it all. If you're not super busy, and if you're not, like, almost bragging about how full your schedule is, then you're not working hard enough, or you're doing something wrong. It's almost like we've put this idea of being very busy up on a pedestal, you know? And I don't want that to be the case for my family or for me, as much as we can help it. Easier said than done, for sure. But that's why I thought this weekend is a time to rest and a time for me to just enjoy time with my family. Little kind of wrench thrown in with Adam and I being sick. We had all these plans to like spend some time at the park with the kiddos and just get out of the house and be doing fun things with them. But I was super down and out on Saturday, and then Adam seemed to catch it a couple of days after me, and he has been pretty wiped out today, which is Sunday. So we didn't get the kids to the park. We tried to, play with them, and we have like some fun like toys that we can set up in our living room. We have like this giant tunnel, and at one point we set that up for them in our living room. And it was actually really cute, because Connor kept asking us to, like, can you play tag with me? And it's like anytime either of us even thought about it, it was like we're gonna start like wheezing. because we both have this like really heavy congestion and these coughs that like normally things like Sudafed or antihistamines will really put a dent in it for me. It's not touching this at all. Before you ask, yes, I did actually take a test for the thing. I had the thing back in January, and this is worse than that was. And that was not a walk in the park either. This has been tough. And the stinky thing is, like I said, that any of the like cold medicine that is kind of my tried and true, like this really helps me feel better and at least get sleep at night and stuff. It feels like hasn't done a thing. So I'm just like, what the heck? So I think I at least am on the upswing. Adam is thinking, oh, he might have to miss work tomorrow, but hopefully not. I hope he wakes up feeling a lot better in the morning. But as far as diamond painting things go, I am, like I said, I'm going to actually have 2 kits going for a little bit here. It's not my usual MO, not counting like if I have a massive project going at the same time, which I do have my cross stitch conversion project going as well. But I don't usually have the cross stitch project and 2 other diamond paintings going. So we'll see. I think that like the 2 kits that I'm working on now are polar opposites of one another. So this is my sword and has like lots of darker colors. It has round diamonds. The other one that I'm working on is New Friends from Diamond Art Club, and it's a Mandy Manzano. It's utterly full of pastels. It has square drills, and it's one of the new releases from their anniversary release. I had gotten it as a sneak peek and had started it during the live on Thursday. And I just kind of felt like I also just want something else going. So we'll see. I also am very, very much itching to work on my cross stitch conversion project again. I haven't touched it in a couple of weeks after I finished that first quadrant. I am ready to get back to it. And also because I am such a glutton for punishment, I am already eyeing like some other Heaven and Earth Designs kits that have been released. They sent me down a rabbit hole because they had a new release recently of an Amy Stewart piece called, was it The Great Library? And it's gorgeous. And I started browsing her artwork, and there's one that she has that I might like even more, that I believe is called Once Upon a Fairy Tale. And the style of them is so pretty. She has a lot of artwork that's like on shelves, like on bookshelves. And then there's like kind of almost miniature scenes that are happening like on different sections of the bookshelves. It's beautiful. I'll try to remember to link to her collection with Heaven and Earth Designs in the description below if you want to go take a look, or you can just look up Amy Stewart. But I just really fell in love with both of those pieces. And was like, oh, that's going to be my next cross-stitch conversion project. But you guys, I'm only a quarter of the way through the one that I'm working on now. It's probably going to take me another year to even finish. And Amy Stewart's kits, like these big bookshelf charts, they're going to translate into even larger diamond paintings than Dragon Race Into the Night, the one I'm working on now. Like, they're going to be even bigger. So I was mentioning to my my Patreon members today, or yesterday, I had a live with my top tier, and it's a tier exclusive live, and so it's super cozy, and I get to really chat with every single person in there quite a bit, and I get to respond to every single comment, and it's been a really fun way to feel like I'm actually getting to know a lot of these people even better. It's a lot of fun. It is. I'll go ahead and plug it because I basically already did, but it's the beginning of the month. This is a really good time to sign up for people's Patreons. It doesn't have to be mine. It really, really doesn't. But because Patreon is a subscription service and they charge on the first of the month, the beginning of the month is the perfect time to sign up, because then you get charged beginning of the month and then you get charged on the first of the next month. So anyway, I have lots of fun perks, lots of behind the scenes stuff. I do weekly vlogs for 2 out of the 3 tiers. You guys help me decide on like what kits to work on next, and content for the channel, and all the things. And it's just, you get to hear a lot more about like behind the scenes with what's going on the channel and my personal life and stuff. So anyway, I'll link it below. Don't feel obligated. I'm just super stoked that you guys are here and hanging out in my videos. That's all I could ever dream of asking for. Anyway, I was chatting with them and mentioning how I'm taking what I've learned from just this initial working on Dragon Race Into the Night, and I already know what I want to do differently when I work on another really big Heaven and Earth Designs canvas. Like instead of splitting into quadrants, I want to split it into like 4 tall panels. Because that'll be a lot easier to work on, and it won't be such a pain to reach like the middle of the panel. Like right now my quadrants are like 70 by 90 or 75 by 95 centimeters, and sometimes getting to the middle of those panels is tricky, especially because it's a double-sided adhesive canvas. I don't really want to risk rolling it if I don't have to, and so I'm like, oh, if this were split like long and skinny panels instead of quadrants, this would be a piece of cake to work on and a lot easier to store afterwards, like roll up and store. So, and now that I've like got that in my head and I already have like a couple of charts in mind, I'm like, ooh, should I start like getting some quotes on the diamonds and the canvases? I know I want to get poured glue next time. I want to try out a different drill supplier. Yeah, so my mind, it just never stops. And I cannot resist these epic level projects. I just can't. They're too much fun. They're too much fun. This month I will be spending some time prepping and working up to Summer with the Masters, which is going to kick off on June 1st. It's an event that I co-host with my friend Jessica over at Tiny Worlds of Wonder. It's centered around artwork that was created before the year 1927. That year moves up by a year each year because of how copyright in the United States works. But any art, as of the time of this filming, any art that's been created before the year 1927 is part of the public domain. And therefore free to use for diamond paintings, like to order a custom, or, you know, if companies have those as diamond paintings in their shop, they don't have to have paid for licensing for those paintings because they are part of the actual public domain. I'm really excited for it. It's an area of artwork that I have to be honest, I wasn't initially drawn to for diamond painting, but it has quickly become like one of my favorite things. It's something I've been looking forward to for months. This event, I keep wanting to like add more and more kits to what I have to work on for the summer. It is a 2-month event, but I still only have so many hours in a day, so I don't know why I keep wanting to get more. But I'm very, very much looking forward to that. But I'll link to the announcement video if you want to check out more info about what that event looks like, and like how, you know, what kits to qualify, some recommended shops that offer pre-packaged kits, as well as some tips and tricks for how to order a custom. I'll link to that video below, and you're welcome to check it out. We try to give people a good heads up about it because it can take 6 to 8 weeks to get in a custom, if that's the route you want to go. But the good news is that a lot of shops have opened up or have started carrying Old Masters artwork as like pre-packaged kits, and so those will tend to come in a bit faster. But yay, I'm excited for that. As far as other kind of personal updates, to be honest, in a lot of ways I'm feeling a little bit hesitant to share much in the way of personal updates, because, and I'm not going to go too much into this because I don't really know how much most of you want to hear about it, but I have had a YouTube channel for a year and a half, maybe not 2 years yet. I think 2 years later, this late in the summer, early fall. And for the first time, I had a comment from someone, and they might very well be watching this video, because the comment was really personal in a way that like was really kind of disturbing to me, and it was a troll comment, but it made me feel very uncomfortable about sharing you know, about my life here and being vulnerable. It just felt like I don't know that I feel like this is a space that I even like want to talk about my kids anymore and stuff like that. So, so that's why I'm a little bit hesitant to really like talk in as much detail and as frankly as I have before, because like I said, this is the first time in the time that I have been on YouTube that I've had a comment of this nature, and it was just I was very taken aback and surprised, and not in the good way, not in the like Diamond Art Club dropping 50 kits and oh by the way they're going to be 25% off, which yeah, I think that actually was part of the problem. I know that Diamond Art Club is not everyone's cup of tea. I think that's completely fine. I think that there are plenty of companies out here that we can all find what speaks to us, what what style of artwork that different companies carry that we're drawn to, what different rendering styles we really like, different features that different companies have to offer. I don't think that it has to be any one company. But I think some people get a little twitchy when they see one company in particular being featured quite a bit on a channel. And honestly, that was just the nature of the releases last week. And I am very aware of that, and it's really important to me, like I said, that you guys are getting to see a big variety of different shops and styles of artwork and stuff like that on my channel. But I don't think that we have to get nasty and resort to personal attacks about someone's family just because they're showing a shop that we might not personally care for. But I mean, maybe that's an unrealistic expectation of me. I don't know. People are funny. So anyway, moving on from that, I'm probably going to be a little bit cautious about what I'm sharing about here, about my family. I'll just leave it at that. But the kids, I'll say, the kids we had a good weekend with the kids. They are, going back to school this week. So far, they seem to be avoiding this bug that Adam and I have. I really hope it stays that way, because that's the bummer right now about like if kiddos get colds or coughs, is that especially the kind that it's like, this is so minor, like I'm okay with sending my kid to school with this. Well, not in current times. You aren't doing that. Like that means your kid gets sent home, and usually that you have to get like a doctor's note with an alternate diagnosis, and like it's a whole thing. Oh, these crystals, look at these 2 big bags. These are like a really, really deep red crystal. You guys, I really, 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 really love that Enablers Outpost includes like ABs and crystals. And my favorite part about it is that they're all pre-charted for you. I'm the kind of person that like, those are staticky actually. I really, really don't get a ton of joy, and I've mentioned this before, so if you're having deja vu, that's why. I don't necessarily have as much fun like adding enhancements myself, like looking at a canvas and going, okay, here's some areas that it makes sense to add some enhancement drills. Like I'm going to get this crystal, or I'm going to get this glow in the dark, or I'm going to get this AB, I'm going to get a sparkler. That is not like, that's too much work for my brain. I want the work to be done for me, and for diamond painting to just be a process where I get to kind of decompress, let my mind wander. Like it's not something that I want to take brain power. I just want to sit down and go. And I love companies like Enablers Outpost, and there's only a couple out there that do this right now, that have not just ABs, but like also crystals or other kinds of special drills. I love it. I think it's going to be such an amazing effect. I know I saw someone complete this on Instagram, but to be honest, I don't remember who it was. And it was so pretty. Like it turned out so beautifully. I was like, I cannot wait to get to work on this kit, because I'm looking forward to it just that much more, because I know it's going to turn out so beautifully. And so that's the bonus, is like when you've seen someone complete a kit and you know how it's going to turn out, and you know it's going to turn out beautifully, you're like, now I can just kick back and enjoy it even more, because I know I'm going to be so happy with the finished product. So that's where I'm at. So yay, Enablers Outpost. as you guys can probably see, like this whole like turning these into sticker paper and everything has made this process go really quickly and easily. Yeah, and this is actually probably gonna be really good timing for me to wrap up as well. So it was fun to get to kit up and chat with you guys. This is a nice little change of pace. So as far as what to expect this week, videos wise, I do have a couple of sneak peeks coming. There are some special releases happening that you'll get to see some sneak peeks for here on the channel. So you can keep an eye out for those. I do also want to get filmed and edited and uploaded my April month in review video. I did manage to squeeze in one last finish before the end of the month. I finished my little Totoro kit from Diamond Shop. I don't think that ever was shown on my channel, but I will probably do a little post review for it. But if nothing else, you'll see it in the April month in review. And I actually had the chance to try out a new kind of sealer. So I have had to seal my Heaven and Earth Designs cross stitch conversion as I go because the drills are popping really badly. I was having a little bit of trouble with just one color in particular on the Diamond Shop kit. I didn't want to wait for them to send me replacements because I was like, I want to knock this out before the end of the month. I want to knock this out like tomorrow. I don't want to wait for replacement diamonds. And sadly, it was not a color that like, I looked at the conversion to like Diamond Dots colors, and unfortunately it was not one that was carried like in stores. I was gonna have to like order it online. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna make it work with these diamonds. And so I was like, I'll just seal it afterwards. I got my hands on some of the Minwax polyacrylic sealer. I've tried the Minwax polyurethane on my cross stitch conversion, and it did not work terribly well. It was very thick, but the Minwax polyacrylic seemed to work perfectly. So I will probably do a post review video at least so that you guys can see that. But I'm excited because everyone had been talking about the Minwax polyacrylic, and so I was excited when I was able to track down a little tub of it and that it works so well. So I'll definitely be using that and recommending that going forward. I know I'm not the only one using and recommending it, but now I have personal experience. So I have a small shop haul. Like I have a nice pile of little packages I'd like to get through with you guys as well. And I have a kit from Patty Wax, Distracted by Diamonds, a Summer with the Masters kit that I want to share with you guys. So I don't know. We're gonna see where my mood leads me here as we get into the week, because there's only so many days in a week, but I could use a couple extra days so that I could get caught up on like non-Diamond Art Club sneak peek videos, as fun as those are. I'm like, I have other stuff that I need to do. It's not going to fit. Perfect. Okay, so we're all kitted up and ready to go. I'm going to go over and pick out, like I'm one of those people, I really adore matching all of my accessories. Some people are all about it. Some people are like, huh? It's fine. You diamond paint like however makes you happy to diamond paint, but I love picking out a set of matching accessories, including like a couple of pens, a tray or two, and some minders and some washi tape. And I don't really pick out like matching waxes because the waxes and putties that I use tend to come in a lot more neutral packaging. But it's really fun to get to go through like my different collections and try to find like some accessories that sort of match the tone of the kit and coordinate well together, that make for a fun start picture. But I'm a huge nerd, as many of you already know, and it's okay if you're not as, collector accessory minded as I am. But yeah, I'm gonna take these colors over and take this beautiful image over, and we're gonna go, I don't even need this on here anymore. We're gonna go take a look. I'll probably cut out this image and put this in my logbook, because I like having a picture of the artwork or a picture of the completed kit in my paper logbook. But oh my gosh, she's gonna be so gorgeous. I cannot wait. I'll make sure I link to Indie Creates on Instagram and on their website as well, because Enablers Outpost linked it there as well. Yeah, so keep an eye out. I don't know if I will be working on this in next week's WIP and Chat, or if I'll be working on a different kit. Who knows? We'll see. But especially because this is from a company that I don't, haven't worked on a lot of kits from, and this is a new to me generation, I will definitely plan to do a post review on this kit once it's completed. But again, since I'm working on multiple kits at this point, not totally sure how soon that's going to be. But you guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this WIP and Chat or Kit Up and Chat here. If you made it all the way to the end, I don't know if there's a sword emoji, but I think there is a sword or a knight or a castle or something that just to you, like you relate to the idea of fantasy, like a fantasy genre. I don't know, it's like a dragon and unicorn, anything like that would totally fit. It's just fun to see who happens to listen all the way to the end. But you guys, I hope that you had a really amazing weekend. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Let me know in the comments also just how you've been. What was the question I asked earlier in this WIP and Chat? Totally forgot it. I hope that you remembered and answered it. Oh my gosh, my brain. Highly forgetful here. I'm sorry. But I hope you guys have a really amazing week. And I hope that you are staying safe. Gentle reminder to be kind to creators, to friends, to people you run into on the internet, and of course, like in person too. Let's just try to be kind to one another. So if you're not already subscribed, by the way, and you made it all the way to the end, you'll probably like it here. Feel free to subscribe. I'd really love to have you. Normally my voice doesn't sound quite this froggy. And if you haven't already clicked away, if you wouldn't mind hitting a thumbs up on this video before you head out, I would also really appreciate that. All right, my friends, have an amazing week. I'll chat with you in the next one. Bye.